Whoa. I think they dry off and everything works out. Great. Well, if anybody has any questions, I'll answer them for you. Yeah.
They could answer them.
Yeah, you can answer them. You don't know how to do it.
I don't know if we have a mic, but
go
just
for
yell
it.
it out. We'll repeat it up here.
When I was watching the film, I noticed there was a lot of important scenes, and like you couldn't see the actors' faces, whether their faces were obstructed or it was filmed from behind. And for Drake, I was wondering, like what was supposed to be your mind related to your decisions, and for the actors, like did you have to act differently, knowing that the audience couldn't see your face, and how to keep yourself from maybe exaggerating your presentation and what was going on?
I feel like I'm a particularly talented back of the head performer. Not so much the front, but just the back of the head.
Side, good. You look good from the side.
Right? And especially the back.
Yeah.
Sometimes my shoulder blades.
Your hands too. Your thumbs are good when you're texting.
Great thumb.
Did everybody hear the question? I need to repeat it. Well, the question was is what an issue they're facing sometimes, and the answer is there are certain moments and certain scenes where I'm trying to build emotional suspense, and through some of the compositions doing that as well, and leading up to sort of more intimate close-up moments by way of showing more voyeuristic type sort of compositions.
Your whole process of that.
So the intention is to rip off Green Card. So hopefully we came close to doing that. It's funny, you know, people ask us about the visa sort of stuff in the film, and for us it's a conflict, but it's sort of, I don't think what the movie's about in a way. I mean, I never wanted to make a point about the U.S. Or immigration in general. I feel like everyone's doing their job, and that's what they're instructed to do, and just because they keep passing it off to someone new doesn't mean that they're not just following the rules. They're following the rules they're mandated to perform. So, in a sense, I believe that, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we wanted to make a gray film about relationships that are gray, and about an immigration system that is gray. So, never once do we want to blame any of the characters or the U.S.
Sure. I have a question. So, okay, this is one of the biggest successes. Hey, it's my film festival. What do you want? I get to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Biggest success of Sundance. Big surprise. Paramount, $3 million. This is a big deal. Okay. All right. This is unheard of. You made this film in 23 days, probably for nothing. They worked for nothing, right? Now they're getting your next project. Now, is this going to totally influence you? And your next, what you just finished, is this? You're going to behave now? You're going to just get are you starstruck? This is going to be a big deal. This is a big film. How are you going to handle this success?
I don't know. I mean, I think, I don't know. I mean, I'm inspired to just make really personal films, and hopefully they resonate or they sell. I think not as important as just making what I want to make and what I'm hungry to make and excited about making. And at the end of the day, you know, we did make another film this summer, and a little bit higher budget, but it still maintains the same core values that we learned and experimented with on this film, which was to try to find the truth every day on set and try not to leave until we feel like we have something that really resonates with us. So hopefully we'll continue to just make films like that.
Period was vital in making sure that we all knew that we liked each other and had the same idea of the kind of film we wanted to make. And I think we were lucky in some way in that we all met and we all wanted to make something that was as honest as possible, and we wanted to do something a bit different as well. And I think it just, those forces collided at the same time, and the way it was shot and the way every day was handled, it was very much trying to make us as least self-conscious as possible. So there's hardly anyone on set, and traditionally you have people doing makeup and they'll come in and do checks and things like that. There's none of that. It's just literally the focus is on the characters and on the performance, which allows you to hopefully do something interesting.
Yes, in the back.
I was surprised that usually your students get a job right after graduation. Usually you're making a little
trying to make something in the vein of Avatar. Really, as unrealistic as possible. I don't know. I find that the harder you work, the luckier you get, and that's surely the same out of college. So I don't know. Just trying to make this a realistic story from my point of view, I guess. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. At the same time, go. Good catch. Gerard Depardieu was in the film. I mean, who knows?
Well, Katie Byron, the production designer, is amazing. She gave each of us a list of 10 questions about the spaces that we inhabited, what we wanted there, and we all had a dialogue with her about how to figure the space out. Felicity stayed in her apartment before we shot there. The space, Jacob's workspace, was an actual workspace. It's an artist space in downtown LA. But Katie's amazing because we had very limited resources, and the limited resources that she had, she managed to create such lived-in space. I think the best example is the shot where it's like something like 40 changes. She would come in and we wouldn't just change our wardrobe, but she would change things in the room to depict, how they were changing emotionally. I mean, she's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved the film. And I wanted
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for
I wanted
coming.
you to know I came with very, very high expectations because I may be the one person in this audience who saw the beaver and loved the beaver and saw the tempest and loved the tempest. So I came with very, very high expectations and you blew them out. It was beautiful. My one question, though, has to do with Simon, and does he not know that Anne is married?
He does. It's complicated. When there's a line that he says, "I know there's a lot to work out here, but I just want you to know that I really love your daughter and I want to be with her."
But she's not wearing a wedding ring. I noticed
It's
that.
a very gray area when you're far away from each other and you're banging other people. It's very difficult. So.
I've had long distance relationships, so I'll accept that.
Okay, good. Yeah, in the back.
There were a few parts of the movie that I thought were horrifically sad, like when Simon proposed, and he kind of got roundabout laughs from the audience. Were those meant to be comical, or?
It's actually the truth is that we had no idea. When we shot the scene, we found it to be really heartbreaking as well. And when we were at Sundance for the first time and we saw it with an audience and everyone started laughing, we were like, okay, great. But now what's special about it and seeing with audiences, what's special for us is I feel like it's a nice breath of fresh air, a moment of levity before you go into this sort of ending it's going to be a lot to take. So hopefully that's a moment of breathing for a second for the audience. But we did not know. But we love Oliver and Alex, the parents, and we thought they were funny, so we thought they were going to be funny. But we certainly didn't know that it was going to be funny this time. Yes.
I was just wondering, what was the order of shooting the film? Did you film the last scene earlier on, or did you film the beginning right away, or?
The question was what order did we shoot in, and unfortunately, due to budgetary reasons, we had to shoot totally out of order. What was so special about them is they were so prepared and they knew their characters so well, they could jump around. So we would do scene 1, and then next we'd do scene 85, and they would just jump around. So everything you see up there is shot completely out of order, and it's a tribute to wonderful actors
Was
that
it
are.
hard for you with actors to mentally switch so much between how they were feeling?
No, you go. I think we're going to say the exact same thing. We mapped everything out. We started, because in the original outline there were years, so we had sort of, the years really helped us to say year 1 they're emotionally at this place, and they physically and emotionally look like this. So we mapped it out. But we did, I think, really gratefully, we shot the dating scenes, we went to Santa Monica and we shot on the beach, and we shot the dates, sort of their kind of little bit of happiness that they have at first, that kind of beautiful period first, which I think really grateful. And then what you can modulate where they are emotionally. I don't know what you guys say.
I think I was going to say kind of the same thing. Yeah, I think you get used to it just because in most things, films that you do, it's shot out of order. So you sort of learn that you have to, before you even start filming, you have to have the story of the character set in your head so that then you can